Hey guys, so it is day 26. No, day 27. Day 27, I'm pretty sure. Um, so today it is 6 days in to the fourth week, and we're talking about what is expression, and that has been a very interesting thing. So, I was going through my Kickstarter, I've shared it, and I've realized, even though all of this makes sense to me, I'm realizing I'm probably operating at a different level than a lot of the other people, and it's not going to make a lot of sense to them. And I realize when I fill out and do it, everyone's going to be like, oh my god, he was a genius. But if I'm going to get people on board to catch the vision or to support me, I need to simplify it into bite sizes that they can see it. So it's about figuring out what segment to focus on and where to advertise it. So that's been tough. I haven't been doing these updates as much, and I'm sorry about that. I'm sure there's not much people watching. I think the toughest thing about it has been I feel like kind of like I'm screaming into the void a little bit. And especially as I go to the people I know more and more, it just seems like it's getting more and more alienating. There's a few who've been really, really responsive and supportive, and they know who they are. So I really appreciate them. For me right now, though, I'm just very contemplative because some things have come up in my family life, and I'm realizing that's also really important. And there's a lot to do, and I don't want to keep putting things off or procrastinating or pushing things time. I do recognize I need to be patient, but there's also a time for, results and action. And a lot of the time I just feel like I'm spinning my wheels a little bit. And I'm making progress, but it just doesn't seem like there's a lot of growth in spite of all that. It's like I'm making progress, but it doesn't feel like anything's really growing, if that makes sense. Like I feel like I'm growing, but it doesn't feel like anything's really building. It just feels like I'm still looking for the place to stake my mountain or to stake my claim. And it feels like I'm gathering materials and tools along the way, I'll say that much, but definitely it doesn't feel like we've been able to build anything. And I'm getting to this place where I really do need to kind of set down a root of, so to speak, so I can kind of build the tower and kind of build a consolidated foundation. And it's been tough because there's been so many little things that have been getting in the way and that have been difficult in that process. And I've had to lose a lot. I've had to let go of a lot to get this far, and it hasn't been easy. And I got presented with an opportunity recently, and at first I was refusing it because it wasn't really in line with my plans, but more and more I'm starting to realize like great things happen to those who surrender, and even greater things, to those who wait. And I realize there's a part of me that's just kind of want to sit and be in joy for a while. A lot of my story ideas are starting to come to, but I'm even having a hard time watching anime or doing anything fun for me. And that's been really tough because I've realized in a lot of ways it's like I've almost forgotten how to really enjoy my life. And there's a part of me that just needs the reprieve. And there's a pseudo opportunity. There's going to be a lot of movement and a lot of going back and forth, and I've got to make some decisions. But I think there's a distinct possibility that I may be able to get out from under these things. But I've got to limit the scope of the Kickstarter, so I have to figure out what I need to sell and what I really need to emphasize. I need to figure out the right price point. I need to just figure out the right things. And then on top of that, figure out what people actually need and what they actually want from me. You know what I mean? So that has not been easy. And it feels like the first 3 months I gathered a lot of data, but I wasn't really able to see what it is I needed for everything else. So it's been interesting. But I realize I've been training, I've been learning how to get in front of the camera. I'm getting more powerful in terms of just my emotional resilience, but I am wearing down, I'm not gonna lie. Especially since leaving Missouri, it has been like non-stop austerity and trial and difficulty. And it's like if it's not spiritually difficult, it's mentally difficult. If it's not mentally difficult, it's physically difficult. Like there just hasn't been much of a breath, you know what I mean? And I realize it's been good. I've been managing to keep my cortisol down, but I can't do this forever. It definitely does feel like I'm kind of wrestling a bear a little bit. So I'm getting to this place where I realize I need to I need an option, and some options are starting. An option showed up, and there's a part of me that just wants to, that just realizes I need to go, because there's skill gaps, and I hate to say it, but I have some skill gaps because my vision, since I really caught the vision, has just grown and grown and grown and grown, and it's so cool, it's so magnificent. But as a result of my growing vision, my skills are way outpaced by my vision by now. And I realize my skills and my ability to execute need to catch up, and there's some gaps there. And there's some education, and in order to educate, I need a safe place to do that. And I can't do that while I'm building and doing all this other stuff. So it's like I need to educate myself and build before I can start solving and fixing things. And I think, like Abe Lincoln said, if I had 10 hours to sharpen an axe, I'd spend 8 of them sharpening it. So I think I need to stop swinging so much and start sharpening my axe a little bit. Take some time off to do that. So yeah, I'm getting clear about some of the things I need to work on and what I need, and so it's just about fixing those skill gaps and getting in a stable place to do that. So I'm getting clear about what that needs to look like, and I think I know what I need to do. So we're getting pretty close here to the end of the challenge, and yeah, I'm excited. A little uncertain, very uncertain out of the how, but I'm just getting very clear about what I want and just going from there. So it'll be good, guys. It'll be good.